Alright, imagine that you're sitting in a movie theater just before the movie starts. You suddenly get a huge craving for popcorn and Coke. Did this just happen to come out of nowhere, or were you a victim to subliminal advertising? I'm sure this is a very common example and may seem a little ridiculous, but subliminal advertising and subliminal messages have a bigger impact on your life than you can even know. On a daily basis, you're constantly bombarded with ads, commercials, magazine covers that feature subliminal messages that can easily alter your buying habits, your behavior, any decision making you would have about a product, just by bypassing your conscious mind and getting to your subconscious mind. Alright, I'm going to go over some credibility. I'm an active consumer in today's market, just like all of y'all are, and I'm susceptible to subliminal advertising every single day. This topic's pretty important because we need to realize what triggers us to buy certain things and why we turn off certain items and what certain items we have to have. So you're affected every single day by these messages that are hidden in our product commercials. And is it even ethical? Do we even keep wanting it to be in our advertisements? So I'm going to go over what is subliminal advertising, the history behind it, how does it work, and what methods are used, and what is it even ethical. Here's an ad right here, pretty self-explanatory there, suggested Burger King ad. Alright, I'm going to go over some history. What is it? Subliminal advertising is words, images, or sounds that appear in TV, radio, magazines, or music that can be seen or heard. They're not registered by the conscious mind. They go bypass it right into the subconscious brain. Well, some history. In 1958, Life magazine described hidden selling techniques in basic layman terms, that are images that are flashed quickly for the conscious mind, but they bypass it and go straight into the subconscious mind, are actually really effective. Life magazine's discussion of subliminal techniques included images that first were introduced by James Carey in his ad right here. This is Hungry Eat Popcorn. It was featured in a movie that was quickly flashed on the screen for milliseconds and actually raised concession sales, believe it or not. Here's another ad here, a flooring ad. Looks normal by day, by front, the way you look at it normal. You flip it upside down, and you got a completely different image there. So take it as it is, but that could be a form of subliminal advertising that you didn't even notice. Alright, Professor O'Brien from Duke University stated that Life magazine treated subliminal advertising as a fact, and its potential was not only selling, not only a good selling technique, but it was also good for litter campaigns and political campaigns and candidates to get in office. Alright, now I'm going to go into how subliminal advertising works and what types are used today. Experiments have shown that it only takes about less than a minute for a commercial to be viewed and from the human brain to switch from a beta level consciousness, which is associated with active and logical thought, to an alpha level consciousness, which is the subconscious level, which is passive, acceptive, and easily suggestive in there. So you can easily get moved to one way or another, whichever way a company wants to move you. This is why advertisers spend billions of dollars on advertising to figure out these different techniques to make us want to buy a product and make us not want to buy another product. Alright, so here are the three different kinds of methods used. The most popular is a subvisual message. It's visual cues that are flashed so quickly in milliseconds, like I said, that completely pass your perception and go into your subconscious brain and make you want to influence to buy something else. There's sub-audible messages, and it's just low volume audible cues that are inserted into a loud song or music or theme song that make you want to buy a product or do a certain thing. Masking is an audio message recorded backwards into something that you normally won't hear. You play it forward. If you play it backwards, you can hear something completely different. And the counterpoint, there's no scientific evidence behind it. There's no scientific evidence that it works either. If you're going to sway a customer that normally already want that need, or they already want that, sometimes we might look into it too much. And it can only influence behavior, can't really do too much after that, at least for the subconscious one. Alright, so why would you want to use this technique? Well, it's cheap, it's easy, it's been used since the 50s, we've gotten pretty good at it. it's a strong message once it gets into subconscious brains, and it's actually done a lot for companies. Anyway, as an overview, I talked about the history of subliminal messages in the 50s with James Black Carey as an example, and what types were used as visual, sub-audible, and backmasking, and why advertisers use this technique, it being cheap, easy, and effective in a lot of places. Alright, we got some examples here. As you can see, you got the woman on top of the Coke can in the ice. You might be looking too hard here, but I can see it. You got a hidden dollar in the KFC sandwich there, which is leaking into wealth, making a lot of people to buy it. You got the Need for Speed example here. In the building in the top right, it says sex in the lights. But it's up to you if you believe that's subliminal advertising or not. Yeah, subliminal advertising used every day. Half of you won't notice till it's highlighted. They do have an influence on behavior and decisions, whether you want to admit it or not. So next time you're sitting on the couch, watching TV, reading a magazine, just watching a movie, try to read between the lines. See if your behavior is being influenced by any subliminal ads, or just try to resist the next time you go to a movie, and before you go, you don't want to buy any popcorn or Coke. You get there and you can't resist it. Just try to do that and see how effective you are by it.